Welcome back, everyone. My name's Eltamar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Rogue Trader. Where we left last time, we had killed the scion of the other Rogue Trading faction. That was maybe a little of an evil thing to do, but we're back on our ship, ready to keep going. We have a couple things we need to do. We have to talk with High Factotum Janrus Danrock, apparently. We need a new engineer, but that's not something we have yet. We need to find new crew. That's on Rykad Minoris. And then our main quest at the moment, we need to go visit Rykad Minoris and speak with the planetary governor. But for now, we should probably go find High Factotum Janrus Danrock. Now, I have no idea where he is, so let's try... Oh, he's right there. Never mind, I found him. The corpulent man in lavish clothes bows before you, not without difficulty. A servo skull whirs over his shoulder, while the fingers of his augmented hand drum against the sheaf of papers he's holding, and he regards you with attentive interest through the lens of his magnifying implant. Greetings, your lordship. Janrus Danrock at your service. Vigdis informed me of a problem with the servitors. What happened? You see, your lordship, the ship's servitors have been malfunctioning of late. They violate protocols, interrupt their tasks, observe crew members for long periods of time, and move erratically with no meaning or purpose. Janrus Danrock nervously pulls on his luxurious frock coat as if it were uncomfortably tight. Had it been a routine technical fault, I would have decided the fate of these servitors myself, but I deemed it necessary to notify you. I do not wish to hide such irregularities from the Lord Captain. If you wish to observe the servitors' unusual behavior before you decide their fate, this can be arranged. The majority of the defective units have been delivered to one of the storage compartments pending your decision. Let's go take a look. As you wish, your lordship. Sector, data unavailable. Region unavailable. Location, Von Valencia's flagship lower decks. Material, report of a tech phenomenon that was observed during the Lord Captain's visit to Bay AKN at 108 from the words of High Factotum Janrus Danrock. When his lordship arrived at the scene, he found the servitors in the same position that they had assumed after they had been corralled into the bay, all standing in long, spiraling line and facing the center of their strange formation. The moment his lordship crossed the threshold of the bay gate, their bodies jerked into motion, all as one, as if obeying a command. The servitors turned to face the Lord Captain. The technomats tasked with overseeing the defective units even reached for their weapons, but then the servitors went, still just as abruptly, staring at his lordship with vacant eyes. All present held their breath, stirred by this sight. We waited for the Lord Captain to speak. His lordship, Eltamar von Valencius, took several steps towards the servitors. Immediately the servitors, each and every one of them, stepped towards the Lord Captain in perfect unison. They mimicked his movements with frightening precision. The rogue trader halted in place and after a moment's thought waved his hand, and the servitors, just as synchronously, repeated that gesture as well. When the Lord Captain turned quizzically to the technomats, so did the servitors, as if mocking him. Whatever the Lord Captain did, be it an incline of the hand, a wave, or the incline of the head, a wave of the hand, or a step to the side, the defective units repeated it without a moment's delay or hesitation, like grotesque marionettes controlled by an unseen puppeteer. We observed this mime unfold in distressed bafflement for nearly a minute until the servitors finally came to a stop. Not sensing any threat from them, the rogue trader approached with confidence. The Lord Captain examined the servitors. As High Factotum, it was I who prompted that entire inspection, and thus it was my duty to follow the Lord Captain. As we stepped closer, we noticed a fascinating irregularity. The servitors' pupils, normally still, were shaking wildly. Their bulging veins were pulsating under their copper collars, inscribed with their past offenses. It was as if those mindless half-machines were locked in a perpetual state of extreme tension. A visibly shaken technomat behind us proposed that the human souls had awakened within the servitors' bodies, after a long slumber deep within their lobotomized brains. Formerly bereft of intelligence, they had attained awareness, feeling, and understanding. After a pause, the technomat added that the servitors used to function properly and that no one had been able to explain the change in their behavior. His gaze still trained on the motionless but animate half-machines and half-people. Lord Captain suddenly drew an iridescent blade, one I had seen before, and as if following some unheard command, plunged into the nearest servitor. The moment the blade sliced open the pale flesh, a wild howl washed over the cargo bay. We heard the screeching and crackling of servo motors, as if having regained the ability to feel pain. The wounded servitor struggled to open its sewn mouth, but all it could muster was a stifled moan of horror. Lord Captain's victim fell to the metal deck, and all the other servitors came crashing down with it. We felt the grip of an otherworldly, bone-chilling cold. As I met the Technomat's fearful gazes, I realized that none of those present had any explanation for what just transpired. The Engineer Prime proceeded to the center of the spiral of servitor bodies, stood over them grimly, studying their lifeless faces, and spoke thus. This tech phenomenon warranted comprehensive study. Further investigation has been rendered impossible. Perhaps it was a trick of my imagination, but I think I caught a semblance of sorrow in his gaze in that moment. The Lord Captain, seemingly not attached to any importance to the situation, sheathed the blade and left the cargo bay without a word. Heretical +3. I wonder if we can see our heretical thing. There's gotta be a way, right? Maybe rep? No, that's our reputation with factions. That's our level stuff. No. Not gonna be in there. If I were our reputation, where would I be? Yeah, I don't know. If anyone could point it out to me, that would be super, but I don't see it offhand. Alright. Anyways, let's mosey. We're gonna go back to the map and go to the next area. I guess we're gonna go... I think Reichad Minoris is gonna be the last place to go. Let's go to the unidentified void ship and take a look at what's going on there. The box crackles to life and Master Helmsman Ravor addresses you. What we have here, Lord Captain. It is not very noticeable, but there's a void ship sitting on the local asteroid field. It sure is quiet, like it's huddled up in there on purpose. It's not like I'm surprised. The thing is more scrap heap than ship at this point. Somebody sure went to town on it. We are registering critical damage to the hull and depressurization of several compartments. Oh, and there's an incoming transmission now, too. Hear us? The Vox transmission hisses and abruptly cuts to static. Do not require assistance. Pete, do not require assistance. Copy? The Vox relays a different voice. Keep following. They'll pass us by, won't they? Something protects. Lord Captain, I'm told our augurs cannot determine the allegiance of the vessel. To be brief, there's an unidentified and badly damaged vessel within an asteroid field near the Raikadi Philia colony that is refusing help, which, not to put too fine a point on it, has not yet been offered to them. Ravor, can we establish communication? Let the vessel identify itself. Yes, Lord Captain. The communication connection is established. Unknown vessel, we are receiving you. Identify yourselves. I repeat, identify yourselves. For a brief moment, the Vox only hisses and snaps, and then several voices at once start shouting over one another. Do not tell. Tell him we're done for. This is Thunderfang. We are... One of the voices falters uncertainly and is replaced by another. A merchant vessel. Do you copy? We are a private chant vessel. A merchant vessel. Of course they are. Damn my stupid head. Where did I hear this name before? Thunderfang. Ravor, damage report on the unknown vessel. Telemetry shows multiple hull breaches, most likely caused by guns of a combat ship. Several components are leaking air. The bridge has been almost completely obliterated. 2 of the engines are critically damaged. Someone gave them a thrashing so solid they barely managed to limp away. Thunderfang, why can we not identify you? You can make out hoarse and furious whispering even over the crackling of static. Why? I don't know. What if? Certainly not. The whispering dies, and a clear, youthful voice cuts through the static. Our vessel is badly damaged. Damage is preventing the correct identification. We assure you, peaceful merchant vessel. Thunderfang does not require aid. Thunderfang, your vessel is badly damaged. What happened to you? The Vox responds by bursting into a cacophony of sounds, words, and emotions. Someone chuckles bitterly, and another swears with some foul expletives. And yet another hisses, furiously demanding that the others shut up. You managed to make out little from all this noise. We were just flying, minding our business, straight out of the blue, and opened fire. Miracle, we could get away. Emperor protected, and then more fire. Who? Void only knows. Roasted our tail, bombed everything. The folks, our folks, are left without our help. We never got to them. Thunderfang, now stop playing games and explain again what your business is here, and this time I highly recommend write the truth. Happy now? What have you done, idiot? It's too late now. Vox channel is again filled with the angry whispering of several voices. The whispers and static are drowned out by a clear and slightly frightened voice. Do you copy? We are from the Fellow of the Void. We did not come to loot. We are on different business. To help our own out of jail. Do not hurt. We already had our Chronos cleaned. How about striking a deal? Our hold is full of goods. In case you're unaware, Lord Captain, the Fellowship of the Void is a disorderly assembly of several dozen pirate factions in the Cronus Expanse. They consider themselves above regular heretics solely because they sometimes have vox conversations with those whom they are about to board. Were it up to me, I would make them eat salvo from the macro cannons to shake the scum loose from the decks. They certainly deserve it. The honeyed voice of the high factotum interrupts the translation with a polite cough. I would wait on destroying the vessel if I were you. Although the moral aspects of the livelihood do cause some awkward questions, the Fellowship of the Void remains a major supplier of goods to the local market. Perhaps you'll find dealing with them acceptable, especially in a situation where performing a warp jump is impossible. Thunderfang, prepare for commercial exchange. So they have a store. How much money do we have? Oh, this is our profit factor. Okay. So is this our stuff we can sell? Yes, this is definitely our stuff we can sell. What did I just do? New cargo has been created. What does that mean? Anyways, we can buy a camouflage robe. The wearer's range attacks decrease their target's dodge by -5%. Does not stack. Melted charges. A flamethrower. That's actually kind of neat. And heavy leather armor. We're also going to take a look at our own armor. I'm pretty sure we have some gear to replace stuff with. I'm 100% sure we don't need any of this stuff, though. But how do I... Like, what happens if I click on it again? I'm going to try it with, like, one gun. Not that one. That one. Is our profit factor going to go up? Like, what does this do? How do we trade? Is there, like, a store page somewhere? I gotta pause for 1 sec. Oh, sorry about that. I just had a cough. Also, I think I've sort of figured this out while I was coughing. So we can... They want these things, I believe. And they'll give us this money for them. And we can sell things based on what we have available in our cargo. And the more things we add, the more percentage of stuff we have. Yeah. So I'm going to put all these swords, for example, down here, and it's going to be into melee weaponry, and all these axes. Fine. And then we also have, like, oh, that mono knife might be good. Normal knife, though, we can just drop that in there. There's more stuff. What happened to axes and blades? Okay, that's fine, I guess. Like these guns that we probably don't need. Same thing with shotguns. It's going to be ranged weaponry. This is already full, so if we sell this one under here, I think we can trade that, and that gives us more. That doesn't change our profit factor, but it gives us rep with the Fellowship of the Void. Okay. So we'll give them ranged weaponry there as well. That melee weaponry. That melee weaponry. The miscellaneous. Maybe not miscellaneous. I don't know if we need that. I'm going to get rid of these weaponry things, though. So that's going to give us more rep with the Fellowship. We've got more things to sell, too. So let's just keep dumping stuff in, like las pistols and scrappy auto pistols. I'm going to keep that. No, we're not. I realize we have a dead shot sub-revolver that's much better than the other one. Auto gun. Auto guns. Auto pistols. We'll keep the staff for now. That's a good knife, I think. Chainsword's good. Sub-carbine's actually really good. Diviner's staff might be better. Precise las pistol, that might be okay. We'll keep that. Looking at armor, we have 22 flak jackets. We'll get rid of those as well. I'll check the other things that we have in case they're better than what we're wearing. And we'll trade all this stuff off. So we'll do ranged weaponry, ranged weaponry, armor. Just at 150. Armor. We're not going to be able to level this up, unfortunately, but it'll be closer anyways. So now we've got more rep with them. don't know if I want to trade them by miscellaneous stuff. Like, what is miscellaneous? It could be useful for upgrading our ship, though. So I'm not going to do that just yet. Now, do I want any of these things, though? I don't think so. Maybe the flamethrower. It's a pretty good gun. But I still don't think I need it. Heavy armor. No, I think we're okay. We have other armor we can use. Alright. Let's go look at our characters really quickly. See what we have for gear. So we are using an armored body glove, which is 15% armor. We dodge 35% average attacks. And it reduces the incoming damage by 5%. We could also have chainmail, which loses us a bit of dodge, but it does reduce a bunch of damage. But this is actually better. Let's use the improved body glove. That's 20%. No, okay. This guy wears heavy armor, but he's wearing... Or yeah, he does. He wears heavy armor. So we can give him... We actually don't have any other heavy armor. We do have the trusty... Or I guess this chainmail, but it's not as good. It has more dodge penalty. It reduces damage less. It's just worse in general. Okay, so his is better the way it is. He's also got that really good noble sword, which I think is better than all of our other weapons. Better than that one. It is better than the prisoner's shank, just because its minimum damage is higher. The mono knife is worse. Okay, you... Armored body glove. Let's give her one of the improved armored... I'm actually going to give you the improved armored body glove. Okay. And then we have other armor too, which is probably better than the normal body glove. We can give her improved carapace. And you, what do you wear for armor? Medium. Is chain better than what you're wearing? Yes, a little bit. So, chain goes on. I think the enforcer plate is exactly the same as what she's wearing. Okay, never mind. Alright, what do we have for this stuff? Gloves of Endurance. Whenever the wearer of these gloves gets an injury or falls unconscious, their allies gain a +1 bonus to damage. Let's give those to him. He's in melee. He takes damage more regularly. Each heroic act used in battle increases the wearer's dodge by 20% until the end of combat, max 60%. Give that to him too. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Our tank is tankier. What do we have? Every time the wearer deals damage, the target's weapon skill and ballistic skill is reduced by -5 for 2 rounds, stacks up to 6 times. Give this to her. Oops, that one. That's pretty good for her. She does lots of shots. It's a long las. WP bonus to lore warp. Who has our warp lore? Not you. 30, 40, you. There we go. +5% chance to hit, +3% to crit damage. There you go. Oh, you have a helmet. What is your helmet? Immunity to enemy critical hits for the first 3 rounds of combat. Give that to him. No, give that to there, like that. You get to wear that. Gloves, +5% bonus to persuasion. What are our gloves? Tech use. No. That'll be fine. Persuasion's good. When the wearer uses Endure, they immediately remove one of the following effects on them. Burning, toxin, bleeding. You use Endure. Okay, so maybe you don't use this. You get that instead, because you use Endure a lot. And then you can have this cloak, I guess. You can't wear that cloak. Requires Iconoclast. Who's an Iconoclast? I guess maybe only him. What's our cloak do? Fellowship. Okay, never mind. He is the only one that can wear that. No one else has Endure, though. I guess we'll just keep that there. Tech use. Anyone else decent at tech? 45, yes, she is. You're getting those gloves. Perfect. Done. There, we've geared up our people a little bit. There's a Thunderfang. We can go trade with them later. Time to go to Rykad Minoris, I guess. Are we sleeping at our desk? As the ship makes its way through the star system, a strange fatigue falls over you. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the quill you've been using to drop yet another order falls from your hand. You raise your head with a start. Someone else is here in your study. You stand up and stare at the dozens upon dozens of corpses surrounding you. Among their number, you recognize the disfigured and bloodied faces of those who died on the ship's bridge and those you met in your previous life. How is this possible? Where are the enforcers posted to stand guard? It matters not. You are alone against a horde of heretics risen from the darkness to take your life. As if of its own accord, the shard lying on the edge of the desk, the sole remnant of Konrad de Voigtveer's weapon, slips into your hand. The metal is searing cold. The dead sway from side to side, closing in around you in a nightmarishly slow advance. Kneel before the rogue traitor. Your lives belong to me. All you hear in response is unintelligible voices, whispers, moans, and derisive laughter. Anger ignites in your chest, and you clutch the shard, which ravenously bites into your palm with its sharp edge. An unbearably bright light floods everything around you, and you find yourself surrounded by groveling minions, their bodies shivering in your mere presence. Your hands no longer hold a pitiful shard, but a majestic and intricate weapon. A skillfully crafted sword with strange, unnerving proportions, a curved design, and an unusual hilt adorned with the image of a closed eye. The eye opens wide, revealing a gaze so ancient and dark that it steals your breath away. You've felt this gaze before, there on the bridge, and the voice that appears in your mind only confirms your guess. The tapestry is woven, the path is chosen. Accept your fate, champion. I am the sword's master, not its servant. Remember that. You feel the sword's immense weight pulling you down. You resist its will for a moment longer before collapsing to the ground to the sounds of odious laughter. The strain is such that you fear your back could break at any moment. Vogue, the first dawn, is hereby woven into the tapestry of your fate. Seek the second dawn in the hands of she who rises above its future dominion. The former aspirant fell, and thus the new one will become the chosen of the weaver of destinies. Make mortals serve you as their god and become the vessel of the edge. You awaken from the vision, kneeling next to your desk, clothes drenched in sweat, and with a sour taste in your mouth or tongue. Your head is ringing, and you struggle to recall those faces and the image of the sword in your hands. Only the deep cut on your palm and the bloody shard lying next to you on the floor remind you of what just happened. Or what just transpired. Pick up the shard, heretical. You reach your shaking hand out to the shard, now slippery with your blood. You wipe its metallic surface and statue treader under your clothes, next to your heart and soul, forever seared by the great power of the warp. We are going super evil mode. This is cool. Alright, let's go back to the bridge and head to the planet. I guess we ended up in our office, doing office things. All is well on the bridge, Lord Captain. Let's go back to the map, because we never actually got to Rykad. Okay, let's take a quick look at our journal first. I think the only things we have going on are Rykad Minora stuff. It would appear so, yes. So let's go. Begin scan, I guess. Let's do that first. Hey, we found something. There's a starport. We have no extractiums. Let's go to the starport, I guess. Our group is all here, and apparently we've leveled up. We'll do that as soon as we get to the planet. Starport time. Dark and malign forces lurk beneath the fabric of the physical universe. The warp, a source of all psychic powers, is home to the forces of chaos, a malevolent and turbulent entity that is the metaphysical manifestation of humanity's worst fears and frailties. This place is under siege. Things are going interestingly here. Interesting. The starport greets you with the din of ordnance, and the smell of explosives tickles your nostrils. It's difficult to tell through the smoke who's firing at whom. Halt, weapons on the ground, or I'm firing. A man in a torn and dirty uniform hobbles towards you from behind the chunks of rockcrete and crumbled plasteel. His cracked helmet is adorned with a crooked label that reads Sergeant Malgar. Alright, so our skies are in lockdown, the rebels are shooting down everything that flies, and a lot of you just happen to land in our rear without a scratch to show for it, and on a shuttle like that? Where did you get it? Stolen from the palace, isn't it? He is visibly awed by the resplendent gold of your transport. Grab him, lads, we got ourselves a rebel landing force. Abelard turns purple. By the Holy Throne, what is this mess? Adira glances around. They're in a rough spot, old man. Go easy on them. Abelard, enlighten this rabble about the proper manner of greeting the God Emperor as chosen. Abelard clears his throat. You stand before rogue traitor Von Valencius, you ignorant worm. Snap to attention in this instant and give his lordship a formal report. With a mixture of awe and terror, he snaps to attention, raises his freshly cut chin like an exemplary soldier, and barks, My mistake, sir, at once. The starport is under the control of the governor's wardens. Perimeter commander is Sergeant. A frag grenade cuts off the rest of the sergeant's words. Shrapnel flies everywhere with a piercing screech. One of the soldiers falls to the ground, clutching the remains of his forearm that is now adorned with crimson tatters. Blood is pouring out of the stump, and the soldier's agony is short-lived. The sergeant curses and hastily says, An army prayer for the dead. With a rasping cough, the sergeant turns back to you. Pardon me. Sergeant Lasse Malgar reporting. My unit is holding the starport on the governor's orders. How may I serve? Do you know if a member of the Inquisition has come here? At the word Inquisition, the sergeant's face fills with awe. I don't know, sir. There definitely haven't been any visitors like that on my watch. You might have to inquire at the headquarters, your lordship, sir. Some dirty dog nearly shot down my shuttle. Affirmative, your lordship, sir. It's all these damned rebels. Those maggots somehow got their hands on anti-aircraft battery, and it's causing our shuttles no end of trouble. That thing really packs a punch. You're lucky they missed you. I've seen them fry 2 shuttles carrying reinforcements. Not a soul survived. What is going on here? Unrest, sir. Armed rebellions in both the capital and the provinces. First the lower levels sparked, and then it went to the spires. They hit the Vox hubs, arsenals, mag train stations. Then Felik tore off his mask, precisely because he knew about the trouble on Rykad Minoris. He knew that none of our allies would come to our aid. Cassia lets out a sorrowful sigh. You may continue your report, peasant. My unit was here when it all went to the Groxes. The tech priests linked to the satellites reported sightings of strange void ships in the system. They were orbiting the star until one of them set course for landing on Rykad Majoris. The governor took precautionary measures and ordered to increase security at the key facilities. Everyone knows that whenever something's not right, you better double the warning details. The alarm was raised and we were sent to secure the starport. It's the only reason we're able to hold it. They're crushing us, the scumbags. It's been a whole turn since the last reinforcements came. We're running low on ammo. Every other fighter is wounded. I don't know how bad it is in the streets, but they'll drive us out of here any minute. How could some pathetic rebellion be cause enough for such a lackluster welcoming ceremony in honor of a rogue traitor's arrival? It's an insult. Apologies, your lordship, sir. I couldn't have known. I wasn't notified. Had we known we were expecting such an eminent visitor, we would have, at the double, with due devotion. I'm gonna see the governor. If I may report, sir, as long as the rebels keep shooting the damned anti-aircraft battery, there's absolutely no way to shuttle you to the governor. You'd have to be on foot, and the streets are dangerous. I have no one to send with you as an escort. I assigned all available troops to accompany the esteemed tech priest to the governor. I will voxcast orders for them to wait for you, and I'll inform headquarters. They better send out a convoy to meet you halfway. Meanwhile, we'll follow the governor's orders and hold the line here. Adira frowns as her gaze grows distant, as if she's looking through the sergeant. You're a good soldier, but you got a lot of blood on your hands, both yours and others. You know, the same hand that salutes now may falter in the darkness. Rank and epaulets won't save you from the bitterness. Pardon me, my lady, but I can't get my head around these fancy words you're saying. Seen plenty of blood, but trust me, I'll fight to my last drop. A good fighter would have long since reclaimed the starport. Move out and attack, you cowardly knave. Horror fills the sergeant's eyes. Apologies, your lordship, sir. We will rectify that at once. Follow my lead, you lot. I'm giving you 2 minutes to reload and patch yourselves up, then we're routing the rebel dregs. He roars his commands and organizes his troops for what is undoubtedly a suicidal offensive. Another explosion interrupts the sergeant's words. With a sigh of relief, he turns to his soldiers and spits out a booming series of commands. Should we just start shooting these enemies? I mean, I think we got to, but let's level up first. Alright, I need to pull up my thing. What level are we turning into? We're turning into level 8, I think. Alright, so I gotta take a look at what we're gonna be doing here. Okay, so there's a couple of things we can take here, according to my friend's thing. There's Steel Resolve, which increases our resolve by 3. There's also Personal Oversight. Whenever the officer targets an ally with an action, that ally's resolve is increased by +1 until the end of the officer's next turn. This effect stacks and is prolonged until the end of the officer's next turn each time it stacks. So we can keep upgrading somebody's resolve, which is actually pretty good, but we can just give ourselves more resolve too. I think I'm going to take the Personal Oversight one though. And we get to choose a skill as well. Probably going to go with more Persuasion or Commerce. We have pretty good Persuasion. Let's do Commerce. Done. Next level. Let's do our warrior here. He doesn't get any skill. Oh, he does. No? No, he does. Yes, he does. Okay. Let's give him... Apparently we already have that one maxed out, I guess. Let's give him Carouse then. What can we take here? Contempt. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior, the next melee attack against an enemy deals an additional 5 damage, does not stack, can be reactivated after another attack by the same enemy. Melee attacks deal additional 3 damage to enemies that have no allies. Crit damage is increased by a bunch against enemies not with a melee weapon. They have less than 50% wounds, they gain critical hit chance. Whenever they're attacked, they gain +1 stack to epicenter of slaughter until the end of the combat. They gain +1 temporary wound for each stack, can't exceed 5. +1 deflection. Their parry chance is increased by more armor. We already have that one though. We need Breakthrough for Blade Flurry. Each use of the slash increases the damage dealt by slash until the end of combat. Okay, what's Breakthrough? Where do I find that? There's Breaking Point. Okay, let's go back up to the top. So, features, prerequisites, Breakthrough. It's none of those. And this is all in alphabetical order, so it's got to be here somewhere, you would think. Although maybe it was a prerequisite that we don't have yet. Which is fine, we can deal with that later. This is all brace for impact increases. Okay. It's all base skill stuff. Bolster weapon proficiency. Bolt weapons, no. Oh, it's not bolster, it's bolter. Never mind. Can we get better melee weapons stuff? Weapon specialist. Sweep of an axe and shove of a hammer costs 1 AP less. No. Wouldn't mind a power weapon increase, but we don't have a power weapon. Reduces the strength required for heavy weapons. That's not a big deal. He's got lots of strength. Parry is not bad. Dual weapon combat. Can attack with a second weapon in their current weapon set in addition to the usual one per round. This attack suffers a -20 penalty weapon skill and ballistic skill and costs 1 AP more. Interesting. Then we can get dual weapon specialist. We don't have a chain weapon we're using at the moment. Do we want to make a dual wielding person? Nah. I think our sword is doing pretty well. I need to just get something good. Okay, Enrage. I mean, Epicenter of Slaughter is pretty good for a bunch of temporary hit point gain. I think I might take that. It could be really useful, actually. Next person. Let's go operative. Fresh targets. Extra damage to unhit people. Exposed weakness costs no AP. I might take that. Exposed weakness also reduces their toughness and willpower by stuff for 1 round. Also kind of good. I think I'm going to take instant No, I'm going to take weak body. Lowering their willpower and toughness is actually a pretty good thing, I think. And she gets another thing. Edge of Fate. At the beginning of combat, the Psyker's allies gain crit chance. First critical hit removes this. Okay. Every 9th successful dodge or parry by the Psyker and their allies combined grants the Psyker 2 AP on their next turn. That's pretty good. First dodge attempt of every enemy suffers by the calculation penalty. When the Psyker uses a divination psychic power on an ally without an unnatural luck effect, that enemy or ally gains unnatural luck. When they suffer a critical hit, it becomes a normal hit, and the unnatural luck is removed. Okay. It's okay, I guess. She uses what? Guns. I could give her better guns. Better gun skill. I don't know what I want her to have yet, so... Extra crit in the beginning might actually be not the worst thing in the world. 15% is a lot of crit hit chance, and that could just kill somebody instantly. What's Blade of Light? Force weapons, okay. Let's do Edge of Fate. Sure. We can always respec later. I'm not really entirely sure what the best build for these people are. I didn't look up NPCs before starting this. For each adjacent enemy, soldier deals more damage. She doesn't really stand near people. Cover efficiency is increased. That actually might be useful. She does use cover a lot. When they deal damage, their crit damage is increased by 1% until the end of combat. You'd have to hit a lot of things for that to be useful. Reloading costs less AP. That hasn't been an issue for us. The soldier's second attack in a turn deals more damage to enemies that have not suffered damage from the soldier during that turn. So firing at multiple people is pretty good. The first hit of each burst attack deals additional damage equal to their rate of fire. She has a sniper rifle, so that doesn't really matter. She doesn't have area of effect attacks. Revel and Slaughter can be used after 2 kills instead of 3. That actually could be useful. Whenever the soldier successfully dodges or uses cover against an enemy's attack, they gain a guaranteed crit against that enemy. Hell yeah, let's take that. That's amazing. We'll get better cover too later. Awareness or demolition. She's good at demolition. She's actually really good at demolition. I'm gonna use more awareness though, I think. Although she needs more awareness. Yeah, that's fine. You are our best psyker. You can do that AoE blast. That is amazing. So let's take a look at what you have. Whenever an ally uses a heroic act, that ally gains temporary wounds equal to their calculation. Commanding voice is increased to 6. It's pretty good too. Whenever the officer uses an ability on an ally, they gain a bonus to their perception and ballistic skill. Also quite good. She has inspire courage and personal oversight. We could just give her steel resolve, honestly. Give her some extra resolve points. That's a good one too. Whenever the ally is targeted by an officer's ability or talent that grants temporary wounds, that ally's armor is increased by 10% for 1 round. Doesn't stack. Okay. I think I'm gonna take... Focus. Or Blood of Martyrs. Or Focus. A lot of ballistic skill potential. Yeah, we'll get Focus. We can actually get a huge amount of stuff. Alright, Commerce she's okay at. Persuasion she is pretty good at. Just keep her going with Persuasion, I guess. We need to do Commerce on our main guy. That's it. We're done. Okay, let's grab our group. What's over here? Let's look around a little bit. There's a bunch of guards. There's some treasure over on this side. A backpack. With some cargo.
I won't tolerate weakness.
The grand viaduct for the esteemed guests is buried under the rubble. There's another loot over there at the edge of this platform. Should be right there. Then we gotta practice our murder. Quick saving, and then we're gonna go in.
Light harden our hearts.
Alright, we're gonna move.
Quickly!
Crush him!
Oh, okay, well, I don't care. I'd like to have full animations. Go there. You go here. Not the best location for you, honestly, but that's fine, I guess. There's a lot of gunners over there. Where are you on the turn order? Okay, so there's one guy ahead of her. She'll be fine. Move her there. Argenta moves here. Super cover for her. Abelard goes there. Adira can go here. I think that's everyone, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start the battle. So you get to go first. And he did something.
My prescience has failed me.
That actually kind of hurt. Okay. Argenta. Take a pot shot right there.
That is not the Emperor's will.
What do you mean you don't have line of sight? Okay, can you shoot that guy? Yes, but it's only gonna hit one person. The Bruiser Rebels actually have a lot of life. Could I move up to here? Do I have line of sight there? Nope. Do I have a line of sight? Anywhere else? No. Yeah, I just can't get line of sight to that guy. That's okay. Or can we shoot through anyways? No. It's worth a shot. Okay, let's shoot, I guess, you. Oh, you don't have line of sight either. Damn it, this is the worst. Can I shoot that guy? Yeah. Can I shoot you? No, no, yes. Okay, there's a bruiser there. That's the one I'll shoot. Almost killed her. We'll use run and gun. Just get another shot off. Kill that bruiser rebel.
Eradicated.
Dead. We'll grab concentrated fire for our next turn. Okay, and then we'll just
Doubt
Furious
is for the
Resettle.
weak.
Our turn's done. I'm gonna move you up to here, I think.
I have read
Only half
tomes of
cover, but-
military tactics.
How many can we hit? We could hit 3, 4.
That is foolishness.
I don't need line of sight. There we go. So it'll kill 2 and almost kill
I'm
another
not
2.
accustomed to being ordered around, as duty demands.
How did that one not die? We can give Abelard an extra turn right now. We'll bring it down. Okay, what if we give Abelard a turn, or even Argenta a turn to shoot something? Probably gonna have to be Argenta. There's no line of sight to those two though. That's annoying. Okay. Guess we'll shoot another rebel. We got shot back by somebody. Okay. Let's use... I'm gonna do that again, I guess. More damage. And I think you're... Oh, our box blew up. She has no cover. That's a little less than ideal. She's definitely gonna take some damage next turn. Although, Argenta gets to go soon. There's only one rebel that gets to go before her, and then should be able to kill more of them in that time, hopefully.
Out of my way.
Although he gets to go, and this is gonna suck. This is gonna hurt. She dodged. Wow. Okay. Abelard could go there and fight him. But he's already done his turn, so let's move up and charge into some of these guys. We might be able to just cleave through those two with or we should charge this one. Hopefully end up in this square. Cleave those two. That's our goal. Whether or not that's going to work, I guess we'll see. We can't hit him, but we can get there. Why is cleave unavailable, or slice unavailable? Oh, it costs 3. Unfortunate. Well, let's kill a dude. Also, brace for impact. We won't be able to do endure, but that's just the reality of the situation. The Deer's turn now. I don't think we can shoot past Cassia without hitting her, even at an angle like this. That's also an exploding barrel, I'm almost certain.
What is this foreboding?
Yeah, it's gonna do a lot of damage just if we shoot her. I'm kind of out of range of everyone else. Okay, what else do we got? We got Psychic Scream we can hit him with, or even hit that guy with. He could possibly die. We could raise our chances of it by like exposing weakness, I guess. Oh, we're too far away for that. We have 4 AP. Let's give her some dodge, first of all. A little worried she'll die. Then I will, I guess, analyze enemies, sure. I will Psychic Scream him.
What an unfortunate
Did work, he did
turn of
die,
fate.
good. We do still have a bunch of enemies coming up, though. This is gonna be a sucky
Let's
round
get
for us.
to
Oh, there's
it.
a rebel there. That's not
Here we
ideal.
go.
I think he's a little bit too far away, though. That's good. Okay. Sweet. We do have lightning, which is terrible, but we should just do another turn with somebody else. I can't bring it down with her, apparently. Adira could, but then she can't move, so she could still shoot Cassia. Let's give everyone some resolve. Do I want to move up or just shield at the Emperor her? Everyone's got shields now. We do still have Bring It Down. We could use it on Adira. She does have Psychic Scream. That could work, I guess. To kill the Agitator, I suppose. Alright,
All too
let's try
easy.
it. I think it's out of range. Okay. Can we move? We have no movement. There is a person there, though. We can Psychic Scream.
Will do.
Let's do it. 15 damage is pretty decent. Okay. You are basically done your turn.
I
This
shall
is a very
not
dangerous
fear.
place to stand. I think we're going to blow ourselves up. But that's fine. Voice of Command. I guess on not you. Cassia, sure, why not? Have your stats increased. Don't die. I think it also gives her some temporary hit points.
Let's get to it.
Rebel Gunner are going to shoot Abelard.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
And apparently they shot their own person. Twice. Wow.
Stay vigilant.
Oh, there's guards. There's our friend guards.
Hold on. Out of my way.
What are you doing?
Let's get to it.
Oh, the guard took a
You
shot.
Don't
Cassia
frighten
took a
me.
couple shots. But it's fine. We can finish her. Actually, we can start shooting this guy. That's probably the better choice.
I'll do it.
That was a solid critical hit. We concentrate fire. We have nothing else to do this turn, unfortunately, so we can reload.
I will
Nope.
not.
Okay, do nothing then. That's fine. If I go to here, can I Psychic Scream this way? Probably.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Or Lidless Stare, not Psychic Scream. Whatever. Same thing.
Me?
I know it's not the same thing. That one died, but that one did not die. Anyone available for this? No.
If I may,
I don't think I actually hit anything. Okay. Okay, let's just move. What is this guy? Rebel Gunner, Rebel Gunner. We can just walk up here.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Hit this man.
At your beck and call.
Charge that, man. I don't know what's left now. Just the one guy, I think. Him? With like 1 hit point left?
They
Just shotgun him in
discern
the face.
future on the battlefield. But of course,
Oh, we have the other gun equipped. That was not the last one. Oh yeah, it was. Never mind.
A new challenge.
Alright,
for
gather
me.
up everyone. We've killed everything. To be fair, they really helped us out there. They killed a lot of their own people. At least 2 or 3 of them died to their own gunners. Which makes me happy. All that junk. So much junk in the trunk. Okay. Looking around, there's still loot we missed up top somewhere. Or down here. No, it's down here. It's over in this corner. But it's up a level. It's in that corner there. Anything over here to fight? Lucky Jasper and a blind mad woman. Lore Imperium. Written on the side of the shuttle in pilot's lowly slang are the words, "Do not touch, a shipment of ties to the blessed..." Damn it. To the blessed Lord Captain Caligos Winterscale. Perhaps there's something worthy of your attention in the shuttle. Yoink, I'm gonna take it. Commander Cloak. Increases the range of officer archetype abilities by 1 cell. Stealing that. Taking all this junk. Trophies in the cargo. And where are we going now? There's more loot up there, but there's also loot in the dead center. Oh, it's a rebel gunner. Loot. Okay. Scrappy lasgun. Can we talk to any of these people? Lucky Jasper doesn't appear to want to talk. Oh, they do. The eyes lie. The final purifies vision. The final dawn purifies vision. Wow. Folks, how about you don't come any closer and I don't shoot you? Gain true vision. Renounce false sight. All will be revealed. I like how we just come in and shoot the one of them. Goodbye, dead people. The young, shaggy-haired soldier is still pale, nonetheless. As you approach, he holsters his pistol. The hallmark of good discipline. He gives you a somewhat frightened but genuine smile. Thank you, my lord. You arrived in the nick of time. I don't know what those babbling creeps wanted with me, but it definitely wasn't good. Who are you? Lucky Jasper, the governor's aide and personal Vox operator. I was dispatched to the starport on special orders, the young man proclaims, desperately trying to tame his tousled hair. And what exactly were you doing here on your own? Following Governor Medinez's special instructions, namely, he grits his teeth with pained expression, furrowing his brow. Oh, right, it's a secret assignment. I can't talk about it. What if what you know is priceless intelligence? Actually, Mr. Slass, would you kindly read all of his thoughts for me? Adira winks back at you slyly. As you wish, Lord Captain. We'll reveal all his secrets in a jiff, though I can't guarantee that his brains won't melt into mush in the process, but that's collateral, right? He pales, his eyes darting between you and Adira. No need, my lord. I'd rather volunteer everything myself than let this one rummage around in my head. She might break something, but I beg of you, don't tell anyone, or the governor will turn my brains to mush for sure. I am looking for an interrogator of the Inquisition who may have arrived on this planet. Have you heard of anyone matching that description? Jasper's face quickly turns gray as he says, I have, but I don't know where he is. I'm sorry, but I don't like discussing the affairs of the Inquisition. You know, I think I will punish you for disclosing classified information after all. We're the worst people, oh my god. Oh, jeez. He falls to the ground with a cry. His once handsome face has been disfigured by a deep laceration. He's missing half an ear, and his nose is crushed and twisted to one side. It is unlikely that Jasper can afford sawbones capable of restoring his good looks. Your lordship, mercy! I confided in you, and only you. It won't happen again, I swear. You are right to punish me. I won't tell anyone anything. I'm not supposed to ever again. Please spare my life. He staggers back in terror without taking his eyes off you. The telltale brand he left on his face is crying blood, staining the rockcrete. Wow, we are bad people.
None shall stand.
Sometimes
in
the evil
my
things
way.
just make you feel kind of guilty. I'm not going to give you back your eyes, old woman. Or man. I guess I can't. Oh, there's rebel gunners here. How are we doing for time? We should probably call it here. In the next video, we will kill all the rebels and continue on with this planet. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others, I'll see you next time, and we can continue through this area. Take care.